This video is an update. I'm belonging to this website in Indiegogo. I'll post the link below. Um, but it's a website where community can help out community. If you have a project that you feel is going to improve society, improve your life, um, what we basically need to do is like bring Main Street back. What happened is, over a period of time, small businesses have been taken over by a corporate structure which has a mindset of profit at all cost. Where a small business person is very focused on community and is more aware of whatever it is they sell has an impact on their community. So we basically need to bring back that Main Street that was taken and put into these big, massive malls. Um, so I have this concept of how to make reality happen, how to create what it is you want and transform the attractions you have that you don't want. So there's a lot of psychology, a lot of motivational speakers out there that are actually motivating us to do the wrong thing, and we can't really realize it because we're not aware of causes. But if you can understand we live in a causal world, every problem we experience has a cause. So being aware of all causes, solving that problem will unfold the world peace that I'm looking at creating. So I've asked on this website that I'm attracting $1 million. Why? Because we're lacking information. That's all humanity is missing is good information on how reality is actually created. Now, in order for me to be successful at that, it is through example. So, um, I can put out here is the process of how you could create whatever experience you want and use this process to show you how it's working for me. Now, do I really want $1 million? Absolutely not. What I really, really want is information to be spread. So if this website was really, really popular and enough people just received the information by mirroring what works for me, then my mission is accomplished. So I don't necessarily want to attract $1 million, although because I put it out there because that's the language everybody wants to talk. Um, I put the figure out there because that's the figure you have put a price tag on in how to market information where we live in a world where people want to pay. To have information received. If they pay for it, then they value it. But if it comes free, it's like you can't comprehend what is free because it's right there in front of you. It's a matter of being able to see it's there all along. So for me, um, what I'm selling is the more you help out somebody else, the more you end up helping yourself. So the more I help others sort of go check out this website. If you have a good idea and looking for funding, a lot of people are gaining some funding. I'm not sure I will earn the $1 million because I think we're all wise enough to say, prove it. Prove to me if it works. And so people are going to measure their, I'm not going to help you out just to see if it works. And it's like, Okay, if nobody wants to participate in helping anybody else out, guess what? You're going to create the non-helping of anybody else out. But when you use it as an example of, hey, yeah, that's kind of a good idea. I think I'll put $1 towards that. Then you are the participant of helping somebody else out, so you benefit, because after all, this is a concept that would perpetuate endless amount of free money to fund new ideas. So it's like funding this concept will make sure that you always have funds to fund your idea. So, but you will be able to comprehend it when you're ready to see it. And it is a matter of looking at the glass is always half full and not half empty. It is a matter of transforming how you perceive a negative experience and use it to your benefit. Um, so while I see that, okay, the problem that I'm want to experience, I want to create world peace. I know that everything starts from within me. So I've been busy getting my world in as peace and loving state as possible. I do use this water bottle concept on myself, and I know the closer I get to feeling the intentions that I feel every day and transform every challenge or negative thing that pops up, the closer I get to who I really am, and find that peace that I want to experience. And I think if you learn how to find peace within self for no money at all, and yesterday I went for a walk. This is an example of how my world can get cheap and fun and enjoyable. But um, I went for a walk with my daughter to the store, and we were talking about um, learning what happiness is learning first how to be happy with nothing. And it's like, if I can master how to really, really love being really, really, really happy with nothing, then I turn nothing into something really valuable. And it's like, I can do that. All I have to do is believe in myself. So we go on our little walk, and we're on our way back. I think 2 blocks, we could not stop laughing. And basically, just laughing because of the question was asked, where did the word tree come from? And it's like she kept wanting to have a logical reason of why the word tree and how did language evolve. And I'm trying to teach my daughter that every word comes from a meaning, that it meant something to someone down the road. And she goes, yeah, but how did it all begin? And she goes, like, how did an onion become an onion? And I just went, oh yeah. And I said, we said, oh, more than enough times. We ended up perfecting it to sound like onion, 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 onion. And for some odd reason, just looking at where the meaning of words came from and how we've slowly progressed to making it be what it is today was so funny. We laughed. I'm sure we lost some inches because I know my gut was really killing me, my jaw. I had quite the workout, having quite the laugh over nothing at all, just a word. So, in those moments, I mean, that took nothing. It took a walk and just the will to have a conversation with somebody else and a willingness to look on the brighter side of life. And yes, the world is all falling apart, but that just means if we all know how to transform our problems into the solutions, how to look at the glass half full, if you the level of challenges that are out there are the level of potentials that are out there, but you just have to see the glass half full. to be able to manipulate it into what it is you want to create. Now, if you want to create greed, welcome to your world. The change is about the more you help another, the more you get back. It's a completely new mindset, but it needs to be a new business structure. But it only makes sense that those in your community that are holding all the wealth, you're basically ensuring that your community has no money to spend on whatever it is you're selling. So unless you end up sharing the wealth, it's like enjoy the economic system that you are willing to participate in. If you want to create something completely different, it's just in how we value money. It's if the money is a representing of your having success, that you've accomplished a job, that all of your goals were accomplished because of how large your bank account is, you'll never see the solution. So I really don't care if I earn a million. It will only display, 1 million people donating $1 means, hey, I'm going to give world peace a try, if it's just a lack of information. But then if a million people just watch the example and the updates that I'm going to make in how I'm creating my own reality, then if I know how to go from hell to a heaven type experience, then by example, everybody else will learn how to do it. So it's not even, you don't even have to have a dollar to donate to anything. It's like, just look at me create. I'm looking for the world to create world peace. And I'm willing to show the example of how it's done. My world has been far from peaceful. It's been hell enough that I've had to be involved with the education system. I was a student. I had 4 kids. I've been involved in the education system inside, outside, upside down to know that it needs some major changing. I know our political structure is never going to work for you. Any politician may have big wishes and dreams, but it'll never come true because you have to change the will of the people. So something within us at the bottom needs to change if you can ever expect the top to change. I know the legal system is completely biased. There is more than enough scientific proof that it is not a system that will ever be able to recognize what just is. It can't tell the difference between right and wrong. We admit it's an unjust system, but it's the best we've got. Well, no, we've got something a little better that we know now how to actually solve problems, and the current structure is never going to work for you. And it's sustaining everything. Everything you do's got to be legal. So if the criminals own the justice system and they're making up all the laws, then they're making crime legal. And anyways, to focus on what it is that I'm doing to gain my personal peace and see that things are actually being created. I lost all confidence in myself when I seen the massive struggles of how can you possibly work in a system where you see all systems can't possibly be doing anything good for anybody. And I was the master, I could make anything happen. So if there was anybody possible to solve any type of problem, this system, this life had to offer, it would be me. And lo and behold, all advice that's out there that I followed turned out not to be as true. So I had to find new problem solving tools. And so far, it's healing a lot of my health issues. I am starting to attract conversations with people in media that are starting to look very positive. Found a programmer to help me start putting together some websites. This information involves your illnesses. If you focus on people that want to cure their own personal illnesses, offer it on a website, then people are getting the information they need on how to problem solve. So I don't necessarily need a million, just need the structure to help me send out that information. And that's starting to be attracted. And the more I am peaceful within myself, the more I seem to be attracting everything that I want to experience. Don't look at the money, look at the end result. Peace out.